with it being a new year and stuff, that we'd talk about topics that we haven't really talked about a lot before.
Yes, and this is starting with a kind of story about how my anxiety affected me on holiday.
And how it affected other people too, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll give a little bit of a backstory about the way my brain works.
Yeah, that's good way of putting it.
I do have anxiety. It took me a long time to actually admit that. And I also get stressed very easily, and I have a massive phobia of throwing up, and that does kind of all bold into my anxiety and my stress levels and all that. Feel guilty.
I've got an example. If I was to go in the fridge and get a cheese string, right, and give it to Amelia if she wanted one, she would straight away check the date.
I will never drink too much alcohol because, not because I'm scared of being too drunk, I'm scared of being sick.
If Amelia was drinking a glass of water in a restaurant and it looked a little bit dirty, you know when you get like water marks in it and it's obvious it's just been in the dishwasher, Amelia will then have like a real panic because
I'm scared I'm going to be sick. I don't live life the way I want to, and before you guys like start getting all heated in the comments, I am actually on a waiting list for cognitive behavioural therapy. So I think that's why I'm more open about talking about this, because I'm hoping, like, in myself that I will, I don't want to say get better, but I will learn how to live the life I want to live.
And actually, what gave Amelia the turning point to go and try and get therapy was this trip to Cyprus. So now you know the backstory. Let's tell you about this holiday.
So we went to Cyprus.
We went to Cyprus. My mum, my dad, my brother, us
Pete.
two, Amelia's boyfriend Pete, and my boyfriend Ryan.
It was an all-inclusive, which means you can buy as many drinks as you want, you can eat as much food as you want, and you already pay beforehand.
Yeah,
so
it's especially good when you're with like a load of family members, because no one feels guilty about getting too many drinks or anything in case someone's paying for them. It's all paid for anyway.
In like all-inclusive hotels, there tends to be buffet breakfast, buffet lunch, buffet dinner. There also tends to be pools and a sea.
There's also a la carte restaurants as well.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so that creeps Amelia out anyway, because you're instantly having people looking over the food that you're about to get. So we're having an amazing time this holiday. Amelia's trying her best, and actually you kind of got over it.
I was fine.
Yeah,
I was fine. I was even having meat at the buffet.
Yeah.
They did have little sanitisers by the door, which I loved, and I'd use that religiously. Everything was fine.
And then Mum was at the beach with all of us, and she said to me that she felt a bit ill and she was going to go back to her room, and I was like, fair enough, okay.
However, no one told me this, because no one tells Amelia when they feel ill, because
Amelia freaks out. We didn't tell Amelia. Mum went upstairs. I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe she just felt like a bit like sunstroke kind of style, a bit faint or something, because she hadn't drunk enough water. I don't know. Went upstairs. Turns out it was a little bit more than that, wasn't it? By a little bit more, I mean a lot more. A lot of stuff was happening. Oh. You know that bridesmaid scene?
Oh.
When it's coming out there and
Mum will not appreciate this. So at first, no, Mum didn't tell me. She said she had like, I don't know, bad stomachache or something. But I heard Grace and Mum being like, "What shall we tell Amelia?" And that was it. I lost my...
Which sounds mean.
It does.
It sounds mean, but me and Mum, we were talking, and we knew that it would ruin the holiday for Amelia if she thought that Mum was ill, if she knew that Mum was ill, and then she knew that the bug was going around the whole holiday, because it would.
My phobia and my anxiety makes me come across as a selfish person, because obviously I felt awful for Mum, but then I was like, what if I get it? And I was thinking, hold on a second, Mum's gone through that, but I was like, what if I get it? And we were on our way back to the hotel, and some guy was like, I'm going to go get some hand sanitizer, and another like British party was like, oh, do you have some people ill too? And I was like...
And I looked at my boyfriend Ryan, and I was like, oh my god, why did he say that? Why did he say that? Why did he say that?
And he literally went, oh yeah, across the whole strip of hotels is this sickness bug and it's just not going. You know, we've got 4 people ill today. We're just buying some anti-diarrhea and anti-sickness tablets just in case. And I was literally like... and I went upstairs and I just burst into tears, and I like sat in the bath and I was like, Pete, I'm never leaving this hotel room again. I'm going to just eat Pringles for the rest of the day. I was freaking out.
The thing is, it sounds funny, but I was in the hotel room next door, and I can tell you it wasn't a funny tone coming out of her mouth. It was a very angry tone. I was
so upset.
Now this was the worst case scenario that could have happened on holiday, right? Someone gets ill in our family, Amelia freaks out. Oh no, 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 no. It turns out it was very highly contagious, because I caught it and had to pretend to Amelia that I wasn't ill.
It was like the next day and I was freaking out. Pete was like, are you going to come down for dinner? And I was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, where's Grace? And they were like, oh, she has a bad back. And I was like, nah, bitch. And Pete was like, don't message her, let her be. And I was like, but I just want to see. So I messaged you. And I was
Mina was messaging me like, are you ill? And what's wrong? And I was like, oh, I've got a bad back. And then Ryan was messaging me like, we just told her you got a bad back, and now she's on the phone messaging you.
really? Oh my god.
I think the worst thing about it is that as a family, we felt like we had to lie to make sure that you still had a good holiday and you didn't ruin it for yourself because of your phobia and anxiety. And that was the worst thing, because we didn't want to lie to you. We were on a family holiday, we're all really close. The last thing we want to do is lie to your face.
Yeah, and it was just a shame, because we went to, like, they all went to a beach bar. You didn't because you were ill that night. But I literally just was in my room just crying because I just felt like I had nothing.
And then meanwhile I was in my room going bleh, psh, bleh.
Oh, were you both ways as well?
It was the bridesmaid's illness. I have to say right now.
Did Ryan actually?
No, he didn't, but I've never loved Ryan so much and been so disgusted at the same time.
I wouldn't go on the lift because I didn't like touching the lift buttons.
Yeah, so Ryan said, okay, get in the lift, Amelia, like push her in the lift. We all stood in the lift and he was like, look, I'm going to point out to you that you touching the buttons is not going to do any harm.
Yeah, and he touched the button.
And I was like,
no, Ryan, sanitise your hand. And he was like, I'm not gonna. He pushed it, and then went, I'm not gonna wash my hands. I was like, you wash your hands. And he went, I'm gonna lick my hands. I was like, don't you dare. And he pushed it again and went, I licked all the hands from the germs in that button.
And the thing is, I'd been sharing a room with him. I'd been ill. I knew how contagious it was. He had just licked the buttons of that, which meant that he was practically, in my head, guaranteed to be ill. I was like, you idiot.
And he was just so confident. He was like, I won't get ill. And he didn't.
He did get ill.
He did have a migraine, and we thought when he had the migraine that he might be getting ill.
Yeah, he was lying. I thought he was lying to me as well.
Really?
I was like, it's a family of lies now. Look what Amelia's done to us.
But then he came downstairs and was like shoveling food in, so I was like, no, that's not a lie.
It was a real situation.
And it's just interesting how you can hide, because you see like the photos on Instagram and stuff.
That's why we thought we'd be more open, is that you look at a photo of us on holiday and other people and stuff and you see all the nice things, but what you don't see behind it is me having the bridesmaid's disease and Amelia freaking out because she thought she was going to get ill.
If you're going to take anything from this video is, you know, you only see one side of things, you don't see all sides of things. And also, if someone has like a certain thing that seems like it's ridiculous or laughable, it might not be for them, so you kind of just need to be a bit more understanding.
And if you've laughed at these people that have these ridiculous, in your eyes, these ridiculous phobias or anxieties and stuff, there is no judgment here.
Yeah,
because
no.
I was that person.
We're not saying you're being mean. Like,
No.
I probably even do it when other people have.
I've definitely done it too.
Yeah.
We've had arguments about this situation.
But it's just try to be more aware and just...
Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was an interesting video. We're going back to the old story time stuff.
Yeah.
We enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it too. And we will see you next week.
Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to...
Yeah, I know. You like and lick, don't you?
Oh,
Mm,
sure,
kiss.